Patrick, The Ghosts of Culloden Moor, Book 26. Written by Cathy Macrae. Narrated by Mcdermott and Jenn Mcguirk. Chapter 1. The witch's words rang in his ears. "Do a good deed, my lad, and earn your boon." Though the expression in her eyes was kind, Patrick could hardly keep his knees from knocking together in fright. The 19th ghost to rise and join the 79, he'd managed to hide until she'd sent far more than 19 ghosts to their doom. 25, as a matter of fact. He closed his eyes in fearful anticipation of what would happen next, and with a flick of her fingers she sent him away from the moor he'd haunted for the past 270 years. What have I gotten myself into? Not the first time he'd asked himself this question, to be sure. Ugh, the lads rallying men to the prince's cause had made war sound so brave. And Patrick had secretly always wanted to be brave. He clenched his fingers over palms calloused by the rub of the butt of the oil he used to punch holes in leather, and crisscrossed by fine white lines of old scars from the knife that shaped the leather soles of shoes he made and sold in his da's cobbler shop. What made him think he could be brave? Making shoes wasn't such a difficult trade, a bit exacting for the more imperious customers, but he'd been born and raised in his da's shop. 'Twas in his blood. The blood he'd spilled on Culloden Moor nearly 300 years ago. His da had shaken his head, clearly grieved his son was headed off to fight for Prince Charlie, but Patrick, imbued with a sense of rightness, and perhaps a few drams of whisky paid for by the Jacobites who'd taken him under their collective wing, felt a deep camaraderie he couldn't shake. He'd argued with his da even as he stuffed his rucksack with a spare shirt and a loaf of bread. "We want a Catholic king back on the throne." "You're daft, Patrick," his da replied, "but I willna stand in your way." He'd pressed a piece of silver into Patrick's hand, closing his fingers over the bit of money Patrick knew was hard to come by. "Come home if you can, lad." Patrick had carried the last words his da had spoken deep in his heart since that chilly morn he'd set off from Perth with Lord Kilmarnock's foot guards, a rusty flintlock pistol.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?